Hey guys, as you're starting this week and you're working on INTASC number 5 or INTASC number 6, I want to help you with some tips to be successful in terms of academic consideration and in terms of understanding the content. This week you've looked at, or you will be looking at in the Foster book as you develop your portfolio piece, is some technology in the classroom. And regardless of whether you choose 5 or 6, there is an artifact. Now, this particular artifact for either of the two INTASCs must, of course, demonstrate your understanding of the principle that you select. That's pretty much the same for all of them, but this one has a little more of a creative component. In one of them, you're going to choose a newsletter if you wish. That newsletter needs to have some visual appeal. Having looked at thousands and thousands of newsletters and having produced hundreds on my own, the ones that get read are the ones that grab your eye. Don't forget to include a technology component. And that, technology component is not limited to, I included my email address. You need to think through what technology might look like and how you can expose your parents and children to that content. The other one is a lesson plan, or excuse me, not a lesson plan, but a management plan. Now, there are some models for management plans embedded within the Foster book that you can use as models. And when you're doing that, you make sure you want to be full-bodied. One of the biggest areas that students struggle with is rule writing. Your rules, it's much easier to keep 3 or 4 simple rules rather than an entire list of 10 rules, regardless of the age. I've taught primary students, I've taught middle students, and I've taught secondary students. For that matter, I've taught 12, 16 students. And I think it's just simpler to keep the rule set limited. Have them be direct and have them be enforceable. So, for example, I'll give you a rule that I've seen that's not enforceable. And that is show respect for everyone. Well, you'll want to consider that not all of your children would understand necessarily what respect is. However, if I said something along the lines of all of us must keep our hands to ourselves, that's a little more clear in its focal point. So you want to give your audience, your children, something that they can grab onto, something that also you can enforce. Now, rules are not the only piece of a management plan. You want to consider your policies as a classroom teacher, things like homework, attendance, makeup work, contacting the teacher, discipline, all those components that you see there, you'll need to expose those as part of your artifact. So if you're trying to earn full credit, you want to make sure you're full-bodied in your explanations and that your artifact clearly demonstrates the principle that you select. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will catch you next week.